Founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin have announced they will no longer run Google's parent company, Alphabet. That's right, after 21 years, they've decided that Google is all grown up and it's time to let go. The two co-founders announced the big change on Tuesday, confirming that Google's current CEO, Sundar Pichai, will now be CEO of Google and Alphabet. And Page and Brin? Well, they'll have more of an advisory role as board members and co-founders, and of course as shareholders. Damn, I wish I bought Google shares back in '98. In a letter, Brin and Page said that if the company was a person, it would be a young adult of 21, and it would be time to leave the roost. We believe it's time to assume the role of proud parents, offering advice and love, but not daily nagging. So, the guy who has to do that nagging now? Well, the Indian-born Sundar Pichai is taking over the reins after joining the company in 2004. He thanked Page and Brin for building enduring values at Google and said the company would continue to grow. Page and Brin are practically founding fathers in Silicon Valley. They met at Stanford in 1995, where they worked together on a search engine called Backrub. They changed that kind of terrible name, and in 1998, Google was born. They moved out of their garage in Menlo Park, California, and up the road to Mountain View to what would become known as the Googleplex, and the company expanded. In 2004, the same year the company went public at $85 a share, we got Gmail. The next year brought Google Maps and Google Earth. 2005 was also the year that Google bought a little company known as Android for a cheeky 50 mil. Yeah, it turns out that was a good move. After that, we got Google Street View, the Chrome web browser, Google Home, Google Fiber, Google Docs, Google Glass. And yes, they launched that one by throwing a bunch of guys wearing wingsuits out the side of an aeroplane. Classic Google. In 2015, Google went through a massive restructure, which brought it under the umbrella of Alphabet, alongside other Google ventures like Waymo and DeepMind. That move saw Pichai come in as the new Google CEO, while Page and Brin headed up Alphabet as the CEO and president. But it hasn't all been smooth sailing. In recent years, Google's come under fire for its operations in China, its employees are protesting, and the company is currently facing multiple antitrust probes. And when Google was called before Congress alongside other tech giants in 2018, Page and Pichai didn't even show up. Whatever happens next, Google has a big road ahead. Artificial intelligence, self-driving cars, internet censorship. Google and Alphabet are facing some massive challenges, and the world's going to be paying attention to the decisions they make. Turns out turning 21 really does make you an adult. Let's just hope that Google makes the right moves without its parents around.
All right. First and foremost, I want to start this video by giving all honor, praise, and glory to the Father, Ha'aba, Abanawa, Allahayanawa, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Wakabah, Wahadar, Call Halayim, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Wakabah, Wahadar, for giving me the Wakadash to come back and do another video on hopefully something that could be edification or admonition or exhortation. This your brother Sharayat, and as you can see, she should have ended that video saying the mark of the beast, the chip, the RFID chip, and the underground bunkers that those guys are running to. So pretty much, as you can see, the two CEOs of Google, they have just retired. I got word of this from a Jake in the World, and as we know, we're on the countdown of, YouTube scheduled basically terminating non-commercially viable accounts, which is the start of the famine of the words to tell us in Amos chapter 8 verse 11 on down, and another sign of Jacob's trouble, truly about to manifest. So this is Revelation chapter 17 verse 12, and it reads, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received Salakia." Revelations chapter 17, verse 12. "And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. Once again, Revelation chapter 17, verse 12. And the kings, Salakia, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. So this is a great example of it. This is the beast manifesting in more ways than one, just more and more. This is really Rome all over again. This is the things that Rome would do. This is how This is how Rome created confederates, and the daughter of Babylon practices these same exact philosophical ways or whatever. Now, verse 13, these have one mind, and all shall give their power and strength unto the beast. That's exactly what Rome understood, and that's the same protocol that America follows, which is why we know by history, you can simply understand it, by the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that Babylon, America, gave birth to his daughter, which is America. So if I didn't say that, difficult. But as you can see, it says, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. So the beast is NATO. And India is not a part of NATO, but they are, they basically use each other. So America reached out to NATO, Slovakia. America, or NATO, reached out to India the top of this year, I believe, and they were trying to basically bring India in, because this is an Elamite that has now taken over Google, which were founded by 2 Edomites, it appears, and they're actually, as the video just told you, and it's all over the news, media, different articles was reporting on this, journalists and whatnot, that they have just stepped down. I think the guy's name is, as you see, it's Larry Page and Sergey Brin. They gave it to an Elamite, which is, basically they're all controlled by the elites. Babylon is trying to get that Indian, that Elamite confederacy going. So what better way than to give an Elamite, complete, dibs to the highest bidder, quote unquote, to Elamite, the very country they just tried to get in confederacy with them. So, of course, he took it. Of course, everyone licks, the behind and drink of the cup of the wine, which is about to become the wine of wrath once it's poured out from Yahweh, but it's the wine of Babylon that's making all the earths and these kings drunk. And these guys have no kingdom. The main kingdom that runs everything is Babylon, man. It's America. And they basically, they take over places, and instead of just enslaving them, they make them confederate with them. That's what Rome did. That's how Rome conquered so much. It's a beast-like system, so they grow in power. That's how they created NATO, So it's the same philosophies, man. It's the same exact philosophies. These are those kings that have received no kingdom as of yet, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast. So, because we're at the end of this thing, So that Elamite, he's not an American, but he wants to once again partake in the sacrifices and the witchcraft of Babylon, and wants to drink of that cup just to receive so-called power just for 1 hour. And it's not going to be worth it. So he's going to drink of that cup, and he's also going to pay double unto double. I just did a video starring an Elamite, So these Elamites, they're starting to really show themselves. So these all have one mind, and they shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Anything to keep America going. Everybody believes in the whole wicked abomination philosophies of America, which was stolen from the northern kingdom tribes of Israel. And that's pretty much it, man. So these guys probably finna go, I believe, prepare their doomsday bunkers and go smoke some do some coke and do some damn sodomy or something like that, you know, and pretty much wait to the end. You know, they can say whatever they want, but the elites, it's just funny how everything line up, and we're watching until the end. So, Elamite is the head of a Elamite-based, so-called American-based company, I believe, and that's pretty much all she wrote. So, this video is intended to the 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Native American, Indians, and Hispanic or Latinos, if you are which help make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, if you're a heathen, you're not part of these people, man, and you are to be declared one of those, you know, so-called ethnicities, the Negro, Native American, Indian, or Hispanic or Latino by your father. If that's what your father is, that's what you are. Okay, that's what his father is, that's what you are. That's what his father's father is, that's what you are. Okay, so, you know, with that, man, we're getting closer and closer to the end, man. I definitely do think these guys are going to just preparing a bunker, you know, for what's to come with the so-called New Year that's coming up, you know, 2020. So we are to watch and endure to the end and strengthen the things which remain that are weak. Okay, and you know, become obedient so we could be ready to avenge all disobedience. So, and all these guys pretty much know that Yahushua is getting ready to come, and that the Israelites awakening is taking place at a crazy number. Because in 6 days, like I said, YouTube is scheduled to close down, and the co-founders that started Google, which bought YouTube, leaves 6 days, bounces 6 days before. So something, you know, is up, you know. So they're all getting prepared, you know, they're confederate and they're plotting against Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and the saints, okay? So with that, I'm going to just say, call Halalim, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Wachabah, Wahadar, to the hopeful elect, Shalom, Wa Barakium, and stay 10 toes down. You know, keep faith as your foundation, and you know, you prove your faith by your works. And we just gotta watch until the end, man. And just, you know, just believe, man, because this kingdom is falling, man. We see it. Esau can't do shit. So with that, I'm gonna just say, Shalom, Shalom.